Welcome to the Purpose Unlocked podcast, your weekly guide to discovering, embracing, and living your true purpose. Whether you're searching for clarity, ready to take bold steps, or simply looking for inspiration, this is the space for you. Join us as we explore powerful stories, actionable insights, and transformative ideas to unlock your full potential. Each episode is designed to inspire you to break through barriers, ignite your passion, and live a life that aligns with your unique purpose. It's time to turn the key, open the door, and unlock your destiny. I'm your host, Kristi Smith, and today we're diving into something incredibly powerful: small wins. We're going to talk about how celebrating small wins can build momentum, fuel your motivation, and ultimately lead to big success in your business. This episode is packed with actionable tips, psychological insights, and real-life examples that show how small victories, no matter how minor they seem, can have a profound impact on your business journey. So, if you're ready to start celebrating your progress, let's get into it. Let's start by defining what we mean by small wins. A small win is essentially a positive, incremental step towards a larger goal. It's a small victory that you can celebrate along the way, no matter how minor it may seem. In business, this could be anything from closing a single deal, setting up your website, or finishing a task that's been lingering on your to-do list. Now you might be thinking, how can something so small make a difference in the grand scheme of building a successful business? Well, the answer lies in psychology. Let me share with you why small wins are so powerful. One of the key psychological principles at play here is the dopamine reward system. You may have heard of dopamine. It's the feel-good neurotransmitter that plays a huge role in our motivation and reward systems. When we achieve something, even a small win, our brain releases dopamine. This creates a sense of satisfaction, and our brains want to repeat the behavior that led to that reward. So every time we achieve a small win, we're essentially reinforcing the habits and actions that lead to it, which keeps us motivated to keep going. This is why celebrating small wins is so crucial in building business success. When you hit those milestones, your brain gets that reward boost, which makes you want to keep working towards your bigger goals. Over time, those small wins add up and lead to bigger achievements. To put it simply, small wins equal motivation equal bigger wins. It's a cycle that propels you forward. Let me share a personal story of how small wins have made a huge difference in my own journey. When I first started my business, I was overwhelmed by the bigger picture. The idea of turning my vision into reality felt massive. There were so many unknowns, and I didn't know where to start. But I decided to break it down into smaller tasks, tiny, manageable steps that I could tick off every day. One of my first small wins was simply setting up a professional email address. At the time, it felt like such a small thing, but it was a huge step in creating a legitimate business. Another small win was getting my first client. I didn't land a huge contract. It was a small project, but that win felt amazing. It was proof that my work was valuable and that I could actually make this business work. The more I celebrated these small victories, the more momentum I gained. Each win built on the last one. And before I knew it, I was hitting much bigger milestones, like launching my website, creating an online course, and eventually scaling my business. Small wins are the building blocks of big success. They're what keep you moving forward when the bigger goals feel far out of reach. I'm not the only one who's experienced the power of small wins. I've seen firsthand how they've helped my clients build momentum and achieve success. Let me share a couple of examples. One of my clients, Sarah, came to me feeling stuck. She had a big vision for her online store, but every time she looked at the bigger picture, it felt overwhelming. We decided to break things down and focus on small, achievable goals, like building her product listings, creating her brand's social media presence, and sending out her first email campaign. Sarah's first small win was simply getting her social media account set up and making her first post. It didn't seem like much, but it gave her the boost she needed to keep going. Over time, those small wins led to more traffic, more sales, and eventually a thriving online business. Another client, Jennifer, had a goal of landing her first corporate client. Instead of focusing only on the end goal, we broke it down into smaller wins, like updating her LinkedIn profile, sending outreach emails, and refining her pitch. The first small win came when she got a reply to her first email. That single response fueled her to keep sending more and refining her approach. Fast forward a few months, and Jennifer landed her first corporate client, something she once thought was impossible. But all of those small wins along the way made that big success feel natural and achievable. Now that you've heard a couple of examples, I want to challenge you to start celebrating your own small wins. Every time you accomplish something, no matter how small, acknowledge it and take a moment to feel proud. These small wins are building the momentum you need to reach your bigger goals. I'd love to hear about your small wins. I want to encourage you to share your successes on social media. Whether you've landed your first client, finished a big project, or simply made progress on something you've been working on, celebrate it. Tag me on Instagram or Facebook and share your small win. I'll be reposting some of my favorites. Let's create a community where we celebrate progress, no matter how big or small. You deserve to be proud of every step you take. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Purpose Unlocked podcast. I hope today's discussion on small wins has inspired you to celebrate your progress and use those wins to fuel bigger successes in your business. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share this podcast with someone who could benefit from it. And remember, small wins lead to big results. Keep going, stay motivated, and keep unlocking your potential.